Alright guys, so we're going to be talking about game number 8, which is Rangers vs. Islanders. A game the Rangers also lost by a score of 4-3 in a shootout. So they wind up getting another point, but not a win. And yeah, so that means they are now 1-5-2 on the year. They've got 1 win in 8 games, and they've lost 5 in a row since they played Montreal, which was the only game they won. And Montreal is, pretty much in the same position the Rangers are in. So anyway, Islanders played really well. The Islanders have beaten the Rangers something like 8 out of the last 9 games they played. Now it's probably 9 out of 10, and that's not really a surprise. This past like 2 years, Rangers have not won games against the Islanders. They wind up playing down to them, playing their style, or just not showing up. And tonight was a night where they did not show up. Islanders got off to an early lead on the power play. Rangers wind up responding pretty well and tying it up, but that's where the game kind of just ends. Islanders put in another goal. I think it was pretty close to the end of the period. No, it was like right after. So Islanders had like a 2-1 lead for the entirety of the first period for the most part. And Rangers were generating a lot of shots. And this is another one of those games where you say, oh, well, they could have won. Halak made some pretty good saves. But the other thing is that like the Rangers weren't really putting themselves in positions to score and to win. And then you have a lot of guys that are snake bitten and not putting goals in. So like you have VZ, who's getting some real grade A scoring opportunities almost every single game. And every time he goes to shoot the puck, it's like it should be a goal, and then something happens where it's not. Like you put one past Halak, and it's about to dribble over the goal line, and Halak gets it. And he's had these like every single night. Anyway, so then Brock Nelson scores the second goal for the Islanders. Second period, Barzal scores a sick goal. I really like Matt Barzal. I think he's going to be really good. I think he was 2015 draft, like McDavid draft, I think. But I've always really liked him, and it kind of sucks that he's on the Islanders, but Islanders got a good player there. Nice right-handed center, and he's been proving that he can play. Like I know they've been sheltering him and stuff, and this was his first NHL goal, what an NHL goal to get! Like he does a power move on Rick Nash. Power move on Rick Nash from a kid who's like 20, 21 years old, and who's not that big, but just kind of drives it in on Rick Nash and then shelves it on. He brings it on. He's like powering with his backhand, brings it to his forehand, just shelves it on Lundqvist. He either shelved it or like went through his pads. I didn't really see the goal clearly, but it was sick. Anyway, so then Rangers form a little bit of a comeback in the third period. They score 2 goals, tie the game up. They had 1 disallowed goal. Brendan Smith. That's kind of interesting. It's like Smith did kick the puck with his left skate, but then he used his right skate to deflect it into the net, and I guess that makes it illegal, but it wasn't really like that crazy when it comes to kicking the puck. But I get it. I get why they disallowed it. It was just that was kind of an interesting one. Like, is it really a kick if what resets it? Is it when the stick touches the puck or when someone else touches it that resets it? Because I understand if it's like if you kick it and then even if you just like redirects in, what sent it in motion was the kick. So and to be fair, it was almost kind of like a double deflection, but yeah, I get why they didn't allow that. Anyway, Hayes comes down the wing, throws a puck to the net. I feel like this always happens with Hayes, where he just throws a puck to the net on a possible angle, goal line angle, and it just sneaks through. Rangers wind up tying the game. They should have lost before it even went to overtime. Islanders were really pressuring, and they had a great chance at the end by I think it was Josh Bailey, who just like dipsy dangled like 2 Rangers, went right on Henrik Lundqvist, and Lundqvist had to make a big save. Hank was good again. People saying that this slump is Henrik Lundqvist or something like that. He had a bad game in Toronto, and he hasn't been phenomenal. But keep in mind that like this team is averaging the most giveaways in the entire NHL. If you average a lot of giveaways like that, you are not going to win games. So, if Hank has, I'm not sure what his overall save percentage is right now, but he was like 920 this game. He's been pretty good before. I'm not worried about Henrik. I'm more worried about the defense and stuff like that. So once again, big problem with this game. Pavel Buchnevich winds up playing under 10 minutes. He played, let's see, he played 9 minutes, 59 seconds. That's unacceptable. Buchnevich is our best winger right now. And to have him playing like fourth line, almost less than fourth line time. And of course, Alain Vigneault shortened the bench, to 3 lines. So Cracknell plays 6 minutes. And I don't think Cracknell's very good, but playing him 6 minutes and playing other forwards like Zuccarello 20 minutes and JT 18, 19 for Zibanejad. Like the whole point of the New York Rangers is we really don't have a single superstar. The reason why we were a good team last year, we weren't really a great team last year, but we were a good team because we could theoretically run 4 lines that could score. And that's how you win playoffs. That's how you win playoff games. To have threats on every single line is really important. And that's what this Ranger team looked like it was going to be. But with the demotion of Keedle and the inability to replace him, Rangers have found themselves with a very, very weak fourth line. And because of that, they wound up changing the lines around to kind of put a little bit of power on every line except for the fourth line. Well, I guess now they did it because they put Buchnevich there. But it's just strange to me. It's like VZ really hasn't been that great. He's been struggling a lot. And Buchnevich has been phenomenal. He's been by far, if you look at advanced statistics and stuff, his Corsi is like off the charts compared to everyone else on the team. And he doesn't even and he still has 4 points or something. And he doesn't, his leash is incredibly short while VC's is incredibly long, and VC's playing top 6, and, just really doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so game goes to a shootout. Rangers played pretty well in OT, but game goes to a shootout, and, instead of playing some of our skill guys like Buchnevich in the shootout, AV opts to go with David Desharnais. Zuccarello always scores, so that's a done deal. He put Zibanejad second, which I think is probably fine. And then Desharnais didn't do anything. So Rangers lose. We're now 1-5-2. I would think this is the panic button. I think if you lose to the division rivals, something's got to change. You can't let the Islanders beat you and put you down in this deep of a hole. 8 games into the season, that's basically 80% or 10% of the season gone, and you have 4 points or 5 points or whatever they have. That's a hard hole to climb out of. So, we'll see if they make any changes. It's not looking good. This is a team that could be winning these games. I don't think the team is all that bad. I think maybe there's a message going stale in the locker room. Maybe there's some problems with, personnel deployment, which is what I personally believe, especially on the defensive end. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're going to do or if they'll change anything. Anyway, guys, that was Game 8. Looking forward to Game 9, which is Nashville on Saturday.